Hey, right guys, I've had a couple of viewers ask me how I go about tomato seed saving, and I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever filmed this before. Well, not as a dedicated video anyway. Maybe it may be tied in with another video somewhere, so I thought I'd show you. The most recent one, Ellen, has some Ellen's Garden Grows. She was the one that asked me yesterday actually, and I thought, I've never done this. So anyway, thanks Ellen. Go and check her channel out. Only a couple of videos, only 20 odd subscribers, but you know, up and coming. So I save my seeds by the fermentation method. You don't need to do it this way. You can just scrape your seeds out and save them if you want to, or you can slice your tomato and put it in a pot and let them grow. Now the idea of the fermentation method is you're mimicking nature. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut open a tomato and just show you what nature has done to these seeds. Now they're well ripe. You can just see them, right. I'm going to try and get this on this camera here. Now if you look on that seed is covered in gel, and that gel is a germination inhibitor. That stops the seed from germinating until the conditions are exactly right. Now this is why if you get a fallen tomato on your allotment, it will sit there for a year, maybe 2 years, and it will grow because the conditions aren't right for the seed, so the gel hasn't rotted away. And the way it rots away is bacteria eat away at it, and when it's all gone, the little seed can do its business. So what we want to do when we're saving seeds is mimic nature but speed it up dramatically. So this is how I do it. Lacto fermentation method. So all you need, a couple of jam jars, some water. You can use tap water. I've successfully used tap water, but this is rainwater because it's dirty old rainwater. Or you could put tap water in a container, leave it outside overnight. The chlorine will evolve. Doesn't really matter, but it can slow things down a fraction, that's all. And that's it for now, and you've chosen tomatoes. Now I've got two types here. I've got Captain Lucky and Indigo Pear Drops. So I'll show you both ways that I do it. Ooh. So for the larger tomatoes, all we do for the first day is cut them open like this and scoop out the seeds with the gel. You could tell the seeds are ready because they are jelly-like. If they're not jelly-like, they aren't ready to be harvested, if you like. They aren't ready to be taken off the... they aren't... Ugh. There you are. There's not many in that little bit there at the top end, but the bottom end should have loads in. Look, you can see them squeezing out already. Just get your spoon in and just scoop them out. Doesn't matter if a bit of the pulp goes in. It's all going to aid to the fermentation, if you like. See, once you get into the little quadrant, whatever it is in there, it all comes out. I say you probably only want to do one tomato for yourself, but I do these for the air ambulance charity, so I'm doing quite a few. Look, don't worry about cutting the odd seed in half, because if they're no good, they'll show themselves in the next couple of days. There we are. Right. Yeah. Just clean down a little bit. Clean the spoon. And all we want to do then is add about, I don't know, 5 or 10 ml of water. Not too much, that'll do. Label the top. Captain Lucky. Give it a bit of a shake in and loosen the lid, or cover it with a bit of kitchen tissue or a cling film with holes in it. I leave it like that. I'm just going to leave that for a couple of days now. The ripeness of the tomato seems to determine how long to leave them. So if they were green tomatoes that have got jelly seeds, might take 3 days. If they were super ripe tomatoes that have fallen off the vine, maybe just 2 days. So we'll see. Well, that's one way of doing it. The other way is with the smaller tomatoes, I just cut the end off and squeeze them in. Here we are. Like I said, doesn't matter if the pulp goes in. Probably easier this way. Bit awkward with the big ones though. And some of these were on the floor, so these should ferment quite quickly. You can feel there's no more seeds in that one, and this one's very, very squidgy. There we are. Okay, same again, a little bit of water. Just enough to keep them moist, really. Label, IDP, indigo pear drop. A wasp likes me, he's always here. Quick shake, and then somewhere warmish. A household temperature will do 21, 22 degrees. I put mine on top of my fish tank because the light there is about 26, 27. So back in a couple of days, guys. Well, hopefully you can make out there's a skin forming on the surface of both of those. And it's all cloudy looking. Bacteria's doing its job. Okay guys, it's been 2 days since we started the tomato seed fermenting. We've got a nice skin on top and it's a bit ripe. Smells like cider, I think they called it. So we got the Captain Lucky and indigo pear drop. Just show you what they look like from outside the jar. And you can see the bacteria growing there. Let's have a... So we left it loose. There we are. Let's go. Oh, that smell. Yeah, that's good enough. Now the trouble is, if you leave them too long, the seeds can start sprouting, and I have had that before. So I'll take you through the next stage of the process. Then here we go. I'm going to just do the indigo pear drop for now. Now a normal person would do this over the kitchen sink, but I've never been accused of being normal, so I'll do it outdoors. So on with the lid again, and what I'm going to do is give it a good shake up just to get rid of any big bits off the seeds. And then into a sieve. Yeah, so what I do now is I get my hose pipe. Because like I said, I'm outdoors doing this. Just give it a wash through. Get the rest of the seeds out of the jar. Going to go back in the jar in a second, so not too fussy. And all I do is just push any lumps off, and there are none this time. That's quite good actually. Just give them a good rinse in, look. And what I'm going to do now is put them back into the jar. Now use a fine sieve for this. This is a very fine sieve. I found that with the larger sieve, the seeds can tend to fall through. Right, and you see the state of the water, look. So that's all the bits come off. What I'm going to do now is just a little bit more water in the jar. And just have a look at it, give it a good shake. And what we're looking for now is any floating seeds. Floating seeds are the ones that you would have cut up with the knife, or ones that are totally non-viable. Yeah, that's all right. Now what I'm going to do, okay, you've got no floaters there, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill the jar. This is a bit awkward to show you this, I think. Ooh. Right, and I'm just going to pour off the dirty water, look, without losing the seeds. So loads of the little white bits are coming off still. And the seeds stay behind. And just do this a couple of times. The more times you do this, the nicer the seeds will be for storing. Let the seeds sink a little bit. And one more, I think. One more that'll do. These are quite clean seeds, these. If you've got too much pulp in there, it could take 4 or 5 goes, but these are all right. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, it's clear enough, right. So through the sieve. Oh, good shot, none left. And what I do now is just going to use the meniscus to pull the water off the bottom of the sieve. Dries them a little bit. There we are, there's the seeds. When you dry the seeds out, don't do it on kitchen tissue like this, because the seeds, when they dry, they will stick to the tissue. But what you can do is just use the tissue to block the seeds a little bit. Takes up that excess moisture, and there they are, they're stuck to the tissue, look. So what I do then, got my lid labelled up, IDP, I just scrape these onto the lid. Right. And just spread them around a little bit. And that's it then, guys, really. They're going to go on top of my fish tank to dry out, and I'll package them up in a couple of days. So we're going to do a typical Blue Peter style. I shall bring out some that I've done before and we'll get them bagged up. And as if by magic, here's some pink boar that I did 3 or 4 days ago now. Just been drying on top of the fish tank. So label up your little bag. I use paper ones. Paper's always better. Lets them breathe a bit. And they're pink boar. And I just put the year on them because they do last for 6, 7, 8 years maybe. And what I like to do now, just squeeze them around a little bit, because some of them are a little bit stuck together, but it doesn't matter. That's it. And in the bag. And this is where it gets a bit awkward, just when it's windy. Quite a lot of these, look. Seeds ready for sowing for the Air Ambulance charity. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. It's just how I do it. Like I said, there's more than one ways to skin a cat. Yeah, there's more than one ways to do it, you know what I mean. But this is how I do it, and it works for me, so I stick with what I know. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.